When it comes to the promotion of maritime safety and security, when it comes to the protection of the marine environment, when it comes to the promotion of commercial shipping and maritime labor, Nimasa, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, bears full and maximum responsibility. Hello and welcome. It's another episode of your favorite nautical TV program, Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. My name is Ubangisian. As always, I will be your guide on this voyage.
You are watching Nimasa This Week.
You're watching Nimasa This Week.
You are watching Nimasa This Week.
You are watching Nimasa This Week.
The voice of maritime.
Voice of Maritime.
Voice of Maritime.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. And boy, do we have good news for you. Yes, good news as it relates to maritime security. The recent IMB report, and the IMB is the International Maritime Bureau of the ICC. The recent IMB report for the second quarter of 2021. Now, in that IMB report, piracy and the various forms of sea criminalities have dropped significantly. And as we speak, they are at a 27-year all-time low. This is good news. It means that our waters are becoming safer for seafarers and for international shipping in general. You get to find out more in our special documentary. On the program also, there's the DJ's Diary. What has Dr. Bashir Jamo, Director General of Nimasa, been up to? You get to find out, as well as our nautical chat with a seafarer and master mariner, Captain Taiwo Akinpelumi, as well as our regulars. So, if you're ready, it's anchors away.
Introducing the Nimasa Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and Nimasa will respond. The Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Bashir Jamo, has outlined the gains of the deployment of the Deep Blue project recently flagged off by President Muhammadu Buhari. Dr. Jamo made this known during the first plenary of the Gulf of Guinea Maritime Collaborative Forum Shared Awareness Deconfliction inaugural meeting held virtually and hosted in Ghana. The Nimasa boss observed that there has been gradual deconfliction in the region with reference to the recent IMB report.
Co-chairs, let me bring to your attention of this August gathering some of the sharing news. The fact that there has indeed been a gradual deconfliction in our waters, as evidenced in the recent IMB report dated July 14, 2021, that is today, indicating a reduction in attack and other forms of criminalities to an all-time lowest level in 27 years since 1994. This is a visible progress that can only get better. The launch of Deep Blue project earlier mentioned, the establishment of Special Maritime Intelligence Unit within the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency for local profiling and intelligence gathering, and the adoption of an incentive-based program of carrot and stick measures to engage the youth in the creeks of the coastal areas of Nigeria are some of the measures put in place to achieve the aforementioned gains. Also, the collaborations of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nigerian Navy, and the Joint Industry Working Group have no doubt been invaluable to this decline.
To sustain these achievements, Dr. Jamo outlines these 4 crucial ingredients.
I would like to challenge us all by the principle of shared responsibility that will draw from our collective strength and comparative advantage, from technology to platforms to human elements. For this to happen, I believe 4 critical ingredients are necessary. 1, collaboration, talking to each other through an integrated communication system. 2, cooperation, openness to joint action as the occasion may demand given the volatility of our maritime domain. 3, coordination. We must harness and align our diversity on critical issues through regular engagement such as conferences, parleys, and training, etc. 4, effective communication. Information sharing is crucial between the military operators and civilian stakeholders.
In his goodwill message, Rear Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo.
The introduction of the Gulf of Guinea shared awareness and conviction, effective collaboration and cooperation through the principle of mutual awareness. It is expected that this will ensure prompt dissemination of information across states that could be utilized by navies in the region, as well as merchant shipping to curb the menace of piracy in the region.
The Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, Kitak Lim, in his goodwill message, charged participants to address causes of piracy and provide sustainable solutions while promising IMO's continued support.
IMO remains committed to supporting the building of these capacities. I particularly look forward to seeing the operational impact and results of Nigeria's recently launched Deep Blue project. I am also continue to support training and other capacity building activities for individual Gulf of Guinea states, as well as cooperative regional efforts. At the request of the ECOWAS, and the Gulf of Guinea Commission, we continue to work with ICC Yaoundé, supporting a series of regional expert-level online meetings, aiming to assess the implementation and sustainability of the Yaoundé Code of Conduct, and to provide recommendations to the 3 organizations.
Guy Platten, the Secretary General of the International Chamber of Shipping, in his remarks, called for continued collaboration against piracy and described the Deep Blue project as a game changer in the fight against piracy.
As we have sadly learned from the bitter experience of piracy elsewhere, cooperation is central to any effort to suppress the crime. And when it comes to the Gulf of Guinea, we are very fortunate because there are now so many opportunities for cooperation across nations, regional organizations, international partners, and non-governmental organizations. Regional coastal states are therefore on the right track, ramping up their law enforcement, judicial processes, and military capabilities to establish maritime security in their waters. And among these, Nigeria's Deep Blue project is notable. It is by far the most ambitious and promising project in the region right now, and has the potential, over time, to be a game changer to the fight against piracy.
The GOG-MCF Shade is a collaborative framework jointly established by Nigeria and the Interregional Coordinating Center, Yaoundé, to tackle piracy and criminality in the Gulf of Guinea. The Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Bashiru Jamo, held a virtual meeting with various stakeholders to discuss progress in the maritime sector. Dr. Jamo stated that the stakeholders meeting is a platform to know the challenges of the stakeholders and their expectations, to engage the stakeholders in the decision-making process of the agency, and to create a sustainable support system in the industry. The DG Nimasa gave the progress report on the Deep Blue project, the IMB report on piracy, and the status of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, amongst others.
We did the inaugural meeting of this shed on Tuesday this week, and everything is in place now for us to start receiving the international navies that can assist us maintain peace within the Gulf of Guinea region. I think this is the operational angle of what so far we achieved with the Deep Blue project, as well as the report we received from the International Maritime Bureau. Now, the third agenda has to do with CBFM. Most of the members must have gone through the daily papers where we advertise that any bank that is willing to be part and parcel of the disbursement of this fund should express their own interest. That was the first official outing we did to see that we are taking action on the issue of disbursement of the CBFM.
The stakeholders were able to ask questions and seek clarifications on various programs and activities of the agency as it affects their area of operations. According to the DG, the stakeholders' engagement is going to be a monthly event where the agency will engage the various stakeholders in the maritime sector for mutual benefit. In attendance were Barrister Margaret Orakwesi, Captain Emmanuel Ianacho, Malam Aminu Omar, Captain Tao Akinpelumi, Engineer Greg Ogbenfun, Sir Charles Wami, Mr. Emmanuel Maigwa, and Comrade Adewale Adeyanju. The International Maritime Bureau, founded in 1981, is a specialized department of the International Chamber of Commerce. The IMB's responsibilities lie in fighting crimes related to maritime trade and transportation, particularly piracy and commercial fraud, and in protecting the crews of ocean-going vessels. The IMB publishes piracy reports and maintains a 24-hour piracy reporting center in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The bureau is endorsed by the International Maritime Organization. Over the years, the IMB piracy reports have become the international standard to gauge piracy level of different regions of the world. For example, in their 2020 first quarter reports, Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea ranked one of the highest in piracy and kidnapping reporting, up to a 40% increase.
The Gulf of Guinea region have continued to experience an escalation of piracy, kidnapping, and armed robbery at sea incidents in 2018 and 2019 to 2020 alone, totaling about 98 incidents.
However, in its recently released comprehensive second quarter report for 2021, which ended 30th June, the IMB reported a drastic reduction of over 81% in the number of piracy attacks in the Gulf of Guinea and an 80% reduction in the number of cases of kidnapping within the review period. The latest report of the Bureau shows that while 33 incidents of piracy were reported in the last quarter of 2020, only 6 cases were reported in the second quarter of 2021, which indicates a reduction by 27, representing an 81.8% decline. The IMB report also noted that the number of kidnapped crew in the region also declined from 50 in the last quarter of 2020 to 10 in the second quarter of 2021, which represents an 80% decline. The report noted that the number of kidnappings in the Gulf of Guinea in the second quarter of 2021 is the lowest since the second quarter of 2019, while it also showed a 27-year low global reduction of piracy, including the Gulf of Guinea region. This report gives credence to Nigeria's efforts at combating piracy and other forms of maritime crimes not only in the country but also within the Gulf of Guinea region, through the Integrated National Security and Waterways Protection Infrastructure, also known as the Deep Blue Project, which Nimasa is spearheading.
Nigeria's Deep Blue project is notable. It is by far the most ambitious and promising project in the region right now, and has the potential, over time, to be a game changer to the fight against piracy.
The IMB through its director, Michael Howlett, acknowledged and commended the efforts by the Nigerian government and Nimasa in tackling the challenge of piracy in the region. With the consistent reduction of criminal cases in the region, Nigeria will continue to engage the international maritime community on the need to remove the war risk premium charged vessels calling at Nigerian ports. The safety unit of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency has taken its Marine Safety Enlightenment campaign to boat operators at the Liverpool Jetty in Apapa. The Deputy Director of Marine Safety Western Zone, Engineer Patrick Aigbe, emphasized the need for boat operators to stick to the load capacity of their boats.
Every boat has a capacity. If it is 8, you maintain 8. If it is 12, you maintain 12. Don't say because you make so much money, you overcrowd your vessel. If you overload your vessel, we all know what it can result to. We don't want to leave our families in the morning, go to work, and don't return to them. You know what that means. So it's very, very important you maintain these rules.
Engineer Cyril addressed the need to have a sand bucket in case of fire emergencies.
Then also when I see the boat, your boat will not get what they call a sand bucket. In case there is fire, you are supposed to have that sand where you go quickly quench the fire. Not water no fit quench the fire. Now sand, you go quench the fire. When I not get sand bucket for on a boat, make on a try get I know they call just get one bucket, put sand inside, put them for that place.
Other speakers from the safety team also touched on different aspects of safety standards to maintain. Some of the boat operators spoke about their impression.
We are very happy for the Nimasa group that come here to come and visit us to enlighten us about to moving our waterway.
I was so happy today seeing the Nimasa in our midst today, encouraging us on how to protect life, and how to safeguard lives.
Just like a wake-up call to let them know that they have to do what it takes to ensure safety at all times in their boats.
Just like shipping is like the blood to international trade, so also is a seafarer or seafarers very essential to shipping. In fact, they are the rallying point in shipping. I mean, they are the workforce that enables shipping activities to move seamlessly. So they are essential workers globally. The International Maritime Organization actually appreciate them as essential workers, and most shipping nations of the world also see them so. So seafarers are very, very essential people. We are not there though, but are we witnessing improvement? I would say yes. Things has been very, very bad. It got to a level whereby the condition for seafarers were appalling. You see seafarers, you cannot actually be proud to say you have undertaken seafaring jobs and all that. Because don't forget that our trade is limited, and when you look at the form of training and certification that is accessible, I want to actually make emphasis to Nigerian seafarers now. You see that they have not had their fair share when you compare them to their international counterparts, because of the fact that one, the equipment are in short supply in this part of the world. Secondly, their training and certification has not been standardized, so that just to attain the global best practice as is being witnessed in other developed maritime nations and so on and so forth. And I know that this new administration is really making a huge effort to make sure that at least they change the narrative. So when I look at the future, I will say yes, there is hope. If all these challenges have been addressed, I was privileged to be in the know of what this new administration is doing to actually bring about improvement in the area of training and certification, so that at least they have to be prepared to get seafaring jobs. They have to be well trained. So when that is done, and of course there is also the need to make sure that we renew our fleet, we expand our fleets in this country, so that seafarers are also employed. So those are the two areas. If those are addressed, the future is bright for seafarers. My word for Nimasa is, Nimasa, they are doing great jobs. In fact, they are actually focusing on where they're supposed to focus on. But however, more needs to be done. I want to see that day where in the areas of training and certification, the training and certification of Nigerian seafarers are not limited to near coastal voyages. I want to see where most Nigerians, once they are certified locally here, they can work on any vessels of any nationality. You understand? I want to see seafarers that are well taken care of, that are well remunerated, that has access to good welfare package, that works in a conducive environment. So the Flag State Administration, theirs is regulatory to make sure that proper enforcement are undertaken.
Congratulations, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Rotimi Chubike Amechi. On behalf of the board, management and staff of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, this is to congratulate you on your recent award as the Vanguard Public Sector Icon of the Year 2019 by the Vanguard Newspaper Limited. The award is a recognition of your doggedness in service, the transformation of the rail sector, and your determination to end maritime crimes in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea. We believe with this award, your giant strides in the maritime, rail, and transport sector will be taken to greater heights. We are honored to have you as our Supervising Minister for Transportation. Once again, congratulations, sir. Signed, Dr. Bashiru Jamo, Director General, Nimasa.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa this week, the voice of maritime. Now you can see clearly that there is some progress being made with regards to bringing down piracy and its negative effects on our shipping industry. Now there are those who argue that it's too early to celebrate, and indeed we agree. However, it's not too early to acknowledge progress, and Nimasa is indeed playing its role by corralling the support of the Nigerian Navy and the various other security stakeholders, particularly under the Deep Blue project. So, while we are cautious, we must at least acknowledge the remarkable progress that the agency has recorded, of course, for the benefit of Nigeria. So let's continue this conversation online via our various social media platforms as displayed on your screen. The DG of Nimasa has been writing weekly through his column, Maritime Mandate. You can follow his thinking, his ideas, and his contributions on his various social media handles as displayed on your screen, alongside all of the Nimasa official social media handles. Remember that when it comes to doing business in the Nigerian maritime space, the Nimasa website remains your first port of call for relevant and pertinent information to help signpost whatever actions you're seeking to take. And also for the various regulations and directives and updates, such as our marine notices, to guide your operations and ensure that your activities remain above board as far as the Nigerian maritime space is concerned. Thank you for watching today's episode of Nimasa This Week, the Voice of Maritime. And we hope that you have found the information gleaned from this program relevant and useful. Remember that time and tide waits for no one. Till I see you next time, my name is Obong Essien, still asking you, stay on course. Bye-bye.